What is up, heroes? This is Midnight Zero, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Leaf Green. In the last episode, we began our quest to become a Pokemon Master. We chose Bulbasaur, caught a Pidgey, and are on our way to the very first big city, I guess you could say, Pewter City. But first, we are en route to traveling, and we're going to have some Pokemon trainers and some new Pokemon to encounter soon, because we are entering... Oh, well, hang on a second. That was pretty anticlimactic. Our antenna may be small, but don't underestimate its wicked bite. Have you caught one already? Well, no, we haven't. We actually encountered way too many of them. Are you going to Viridian Forest? It's a natural maze in there. Be careful you don't get lost. We appreciate your words of kindness, because we are now in Viridian Forest. I came here with some friends to catch us some bug Pokemon. They're all itching to get into some Pokemon battles. Or just to leave you alone, because I don't see any friends near you. And so... Oh, no, this is just a patch of grass. Nothing really that important there. There are some items scattered throughout this Viridian Forest, so we're going to be sure to pick those up, and we're going to have some new Pokemon. This Pokemon is Caterpie. One of the first Pokemon that Ash and Misty encounter, actually. And right now I'm going to use Tackle with Leaf, but I think I'm going to switch to Pidgey soon, because Pidgey definitely needs some experience for the battles. And, or not Pidgey. I'm calling him Nightwing. And, yeah, Caterpie evolves into Metapod and Butterfree, which is one of Ash's Pokemon. And Butterfree overall really isn't that great of a Pokemon, but I do like it, and it's helpful. And, I probably would have picked one up if I didn't already have, a Grass-type / Poison-type, which was Bulbasaur, my Leaf. So, now that we picked up that item, we are going to be heading back towards the main area. Here we've got another Caterpie. Yeah, if this gets too redundant, I'm just gonna cut right through all of them. Come on. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is gonna take a while. Especially with String Shot, which is just gonna lower our speed, so this Caterpie is gonna go first every time. Wow, Nightwing has very little health. Uh-oh. You can only survive like 2 more hits. Thank goodness. I love AI sometimes. If the AI actually had a brain, I would probably lose so many more Pokemon battles. It's just so easy to take advantage of. Alright, so Nightwing gets his first victory. 30 experience, and that's not enough to evolve. Or not evolve, level up. Darn it. I'm probably gonna have to use a potion on him. That's okay though. Potions are relatively inexpensive, and we'll have plenty of them in the near future. And Nightwing needs the experience. Another technique you could use to train weaker Pokemon is to actually have them in the battle for a little bit, and then like call them back and send out a Pokemon that you know can finish them off. So start off with somebody like Nightwing, and then call him back in the very first turn and send out Bulbasaur, Leaf, who could finish off the Pokemon. Oh, another thing is, I want to say that this is Pokemon. It's gotta catch them all, Pokemon. And right now I haven't really been catching them all. I actually will go through and catch them all, I think at least. I'm gonna try to do my best, but I'm not gonna be doing it in these main episodes. I'll probably have like a, I don't know, catch 'em Taj or something, catch 'em all-a-thon or something like that, where I show you the highlights of me catching all the 151. Actually 150, because I don't know how I can get Mew and Fire Red without codes and stuff like that. So we'll see how that goes. And yeah, Viridian Forest, there isn't really that much variety in the Pokemon you can get here. You can catch Caterpie, Weedle, like you saw the old man battling. You can catch Metapod or Kakuna, which are the evolutions of those two. And Nightwing, you can't miss. Come on. Let me down. But, yeah, you can't catch Butterfree or Beedrill, which are the evolutions of Kakuna, or Metapod and Kakuna, respectively. But, you can also catch one of the stars of the Pokemon series, Pikachu. You can catch him at 2 different levels. I forget what levels, but the higher level, there's a 1% chance of encountering him, and the lower level, there's a 4% chance of encountering him. So, yeah, you've got to be really careful, and it's really rare. Alright, So yeah, I'm gonna cut out this battle. Oh wow, we actually grew a level. I'll show you guys this, but the rest of the battle was pretty boring. These battles can be pretty repetitive and redundant with Caterpie use string shot, Pidgey use tackle. Caterpie use string shot, Pidgey use tackle. So yeah. Alright, so now we have a trainer battle. These are much more difficult than the wild Pokemon battles. Typically, I guess you could say. Bug Catcher Rick. Sent out Weedle. Ooh, a level 6 Weedle too at that. You can see Nightwing's level 4. Let's see what he can take. Aw, it was a crit. But still. We're gonna have to switch out because, well, I guess that's just how it's gonna work. We might have to run back to the Pokemon Center at some point because we only have 2 Pokemon and they're relatively low leveled. And we're gonna have some, quite a few trainer battles in this area, so we'll see how that goes. If we do, I'm not gonna make you watch me run all the way back to the Pokemon Center and then all the way back here. So don't worry about that. So yeah, trainer battle, differences between a trainer battle and a wild encounter. In a trainer battle, you can't catch the Pokemon, they belong to the trainer, so it's no use trying to use a Pokeball or anything like that. Battles are typically more difficult. The Pokemon tend to be more aggressive for the trainer. So there's an example of how you can gain experience by like sending a Pokemon in for 1 turn and then withdrawing it. So I think I'm going to try doing that again, actually. Just send out Nightwing and then switch back in Leaf. Because we need Nightwing to level up and become a little bit more of a force for our team. Also, I'm going to try to avoid going back to the Pokemon Center if I can by using potions or stuff, because we get plenty of them. We're also going to get an antidote, because you'll notice a lot of the Pokemon here use Poison Sting, which can get really annoying really fast, because it has a % chance of poisoning your Pokemon, which means every turn it loses a set amount of damage. There are 2 levels of poisoning. There's one that's just regular poisoning, and then there's one that's toxic poisoning. For regular poisoning, you lose a set amount each turn, whereas with toxic poisoning, you lose progressively more and more each turn, which is pretty cool. But it also affects you outside of battles, so every couple steps you take, you'll lose some health. So yeah, it can get annoying really fast. And that can be problematic too, especially if we don't get to the antidote relatively soon. So yay, Leaf gained a level 9. Learn a new move, maybe? Nope. Nope. But we beat Bug Catcher Rick, so we got 72 whatever currency that is. Pretty awesome, huh? So I'm gonna avoid that grass for now. Let's see here. Should I spend some time healing Bulbasaur right now? No, I don't need to yet. And another thing is, I like to battle every Pokemon trainer I can. Personally, because getting money to buy items and stuff like that, and also just the experience is a lot better than wild encounter experience. So I like to do that. And there's no way Nightwing can survive a Poison Sting from a level 7 Weedle right now. So we're going to send in Leaf, who still might even be hit relatively hard by it. We'll see. We've got pretty strong defense though, so not too worried about it. I'm actually going to use Leech Seed, show you guys how we'll gain back a little bit of HP at the end of every turn with this, and he'll lose a little bit of health. I actually don't know how much I'll regain with this. It's probably not going to be a ton because these are such low level Pokemon, so it's only 2 HP, but it is helpful, and that'll save us a little bit in the future. I don't know in the long run that was a better move, but either way you guys get to see what it does. Although it's after battle animation, it does take a little bit of extra time. There are similar moves to Leech Seed, like, whoa, crit, like Mega Drain and Giga Drain, which also restore health. And they're not all just grass types moves too. There's like Drain Punch and other stuff like that. So you can see Nightwing is gaining some levels. It's always good. One other thing I want to point out is all this switching nonsense and which Pokemon your specific Pokemon actually battles does affect its leveling up and stats later in the game. There's something called EVs, which are effort values, and you get specific effort values for defeating certain Pokemon. So they're the main stats. There's attack, defense, speed, special attack, special defense. But the thing is, and they level up normally, like when you get a level. But also, oh man, we missed with. That's not good. Is every 4 effort values you get for a certain stat, you will. I'm gonna use a potion here. You gain a like 1 stat point for that stat. And so let's say, I don't know off the top of my head, but I think Pidgey is like a speed EV. So if you defeat 4 Pidgeys, you'll gain 1, like +1 for your speed stat, which is a really cool concept. And so it adds more variety to your Pokemon. So despite the nature which affects which stats level up, you can influence your Pokemon's development even more. And so that also adds like a little bit of randomness, especially in the beginning when you don't have as much choice in which Pokemon you face while you're training your Pokemon. So that's kind of cool, and it's helpful. The Pokemon that battle more level up faster and become stronger more quickly. So even though Nightwing is gaining levels right now, he's not going to be gaining as much like statistical power as somebody like Leaf, who was actually doing the battling. Just kind of a cool concept. It's very subtle, and so most trainers don't even really realize it, but it works. So Kakuna used Harden. That is pretty much all Kakunas do, and God, is it annoying, especially because it leads to these ridiculous battles where he gets to +6, which is like 6 stages of defense increase, and all I'm just sitting here doing is tackling forever, just waiting for Kakuna to die. However, I'm going to leave Nightwing in here instead of switching to Leaf, which would speed up the battle a little bit, because I want Nightwing to get all of the experience. You'll notice how when I brought Bulbasaur in and Bulbasaur finished it off, Nightwing and Leaf actually split the experience. Well, in this case, if Nightwing solely defeats Kakuna, Nightwing will get all of the experience and won't have to split it with Leaf. So yeah. Another thing you might be noticing is when I'm using Tackle, the number is becoming like yellow and then orangish, and it'll eventually become red. That's because the PP is running out, and that's how many times you can use a certain move. And when you're out of like an attack, you have to use like a sort of a struggle move. And okay, see, Nightwing gained 106 instead of 33. That's also because when you defeat enemies or other Pokemon that are an evolved form of another Pokemon, you get more experience from them. So yeah, and we get some money, and we're gonna keep on moving. We're getting pretty close to getting through Viridian Forest. I want to get all the way to Pewter City and hopefully to Brock. I wonder if anything's over here. It's probably a bad choice on my part. Just a Weedle. And I might have to start running from these battles actually, because they're getting rather difficult and toilsome for my Pokemon, I guess you could say. We're gonna have to use another potion on Leaf. There you go, buddy. Because I don't like running from battles because I value all the experience you can get from them. We might have to start because I don't want to have to run all the way back to the Pokemon Center. And you'll notice this trainer was actually looking 2 different ways and alternating between them. You can avoid them, which is kind of a cool concept, but you can also get caught, so it adds a little bit of risk factor to it, I guess. So we have Caterpie, who's probably just going to use Tackle and String Shot. So I'm going to stick in with Nightwing for now, who's doing a lot better now. You can see his tackles are actually doing a respectable amount of damage to these enemy Pokemon. Oh, funny story about Caterpie. When Ash and Misty are traveling through Viridian Forest in the anime, they run into a Caterpie, a small Caterpie that loves Misty, but Misty starts freaking out, and like my controller is freaking out right now. Come on. Better? Okay. Yes? There we go. And Ash is like, what's the big deal? Blah, blah, blah. And Misty is just going ballistic about it. And Nightwing almost died there from a critical hit. Gosh, critical hits do double, well, should do double the expected damage. But luckily, Nightwing got a level up. Yay! And my controller is still on and off. It takes a while to, Did we learn a new attack? Yes, we learned Gust. Finally, we learned a flying type move. And that is actually huge. I'm not going to change Pokemon just yet, because I want to show off that with, well, Flying type is super effective against Bug type, and we also get Stab, which is same type attack bonus, which is times 1.5 to the damage we do, because it's the same, the attack type is the same type as the Pokemon itself. So this is going to be a lot more effective than Tackle. See what I mean? So we're going to do that again, even though I probably could have gotten away with a Tackle, just to be safe, and the animation looks a lot cooler than Tackle. Tackle is way too just, I don't know, bland, whereas Gust shows like a tornado attacking the other Pokemon, even though the relative size is way off, it still looks pretty cool. And so Nightwing is close to another level. Something that's kind of funny about the way I train Pokemon is I never really like my secondary Pokemon, the Pokemon I caught later in the game, to be a higher level than my main Pokemon. So now that Nightwing is caught up, we're going to switch back to Leaf and give Leaf the spotlight. And we're actually pretty close to the end of the Viridian Forest. If I ever catch a Pikachu, it's usually towards the end in these little patches here. So we'll see if I catch one. That'd be a really nice surprise. Now, we do have a trainer coming up, so I am going to run for this battle, because I don't want to have to take the damage. Is this a trainer? I don't remember. Yeah. Yep, and then I believe there's one more with a really high level Weedle that we should be able to take down relatively easy. Especially now that we have Gust for Nightwing. And now we have a Metapod. Oh boy, this is just going to be another... You know, I'm going to start off with Leech Seed to do some passive damage that's set each turn, because it's just going to use Harden over and over and over, and that's going to get really annoying really fast. And also I'm running out of PP for Tackle, so I don't want to use up as... So by using Leech Seed, I'm doing more damage with that, and I can save PP from Tackle, which is nice, because you can see how long this is taking. I might actually just switch into Pidgey at some point so that it can use Gust, because Harden raises your physical defense, which is only affected by your physical attack, whereas Gust is a special attack move. So his hardening, which increases defense, wouldn't protect him or any more from a special attack like Gust. Though it looks like we're doing pretty fine. There's actually a really funny meme I saw about Metapod, and it's got this really sad Metapod at the edge of its bed, and there's one more Metapod like underneath the covers, and it says Metapod used Harden, but it failed. It was like a total typical Pokemon joke. It was pretty funny. Gosh, this Harden battle gets really old after a while, but it's alright. It's cool. It's kind of like a cocoon from, like, I don't know, like a caterpillar to a cocoon and then eventually to a butterfly, which is Butterfree. Cool concept. I like that they're based off of actual animals and plants. Yes, we learned Vine Whip! Awesome. I love this move. It's so cool. And so we are going... Oh, no, I guess we're not going to change. Now, the thing is, I'm going to do another Leech Seed because I want to be able to heal if he decides to use Tackle on me. And the thing is, Vine Whip, and so we should actually heal just that much HP back. Yeah, which is nice. So this is the wonderful effect of Leech Seed. So I'm going to show you Vine Whip. Now the thing is, it's not very effective because Bug type is strong, super effective against Grass type. So it's not going to be very helpful right now. But against the very first gym leader, which is Rock type, Vine Whip is going to be super effective. So that's going to be unbelievably helpful against both this gym leader and the next one, Misty, who's Water type. Now, I'm going to assume you guys know that super effectiveness, like type chart, pretty well. I'll mention it occasionally, like why I'm doing certain things, but if you have any questions, please let me know. I'm willing to tell you or help you guys out with anything. So now we have one last Metapod, and I'm just going to switch to Nightwing because I just don't want this Metapod Harden battle to last forever, and Leaf already gained a level, so I guess it's okay if Nightwing gains another level. See what I mean? That's just unbelievably more helpful. One thing that's kind of cool is with Pidgeys and their evolutions, they're kind of mixed attackers and special attackers. I still haven't really decided if I want to be more of a special attacker or attacking type based on the moves I can learn. But, you know, we'll see as we progress in the game. You can see our special attack is way lower than our attack, so I'll probably end up becoming more, or going more based on attack type moves, or attacks, I guess, later in the game. Alright, so there's the exit. We are so close, yet so far. Now, I know there's actually an item you can find on just like on the ground here if you just press A enough. We could get a level up. Yeah, I'll see you guys after the battle. Alright guys, I am back, and I'm sorry, while I was in the middle of that battle, I hit the A button, and my controller messed up and reset my whole game, so I had to start over, and I got all the way back to this point. Things are a little bit different. I managed to get them back to like the same levels. I think the leveling, the stats might be a little different on Bulbasaur and Nightwing, because I don't know if the stat increased are the same. Oh no, they look to be about the same. So I think we should be fine. I did save, and I was like, what? Are you kidding me? We're so close to the end. And yeah, once I get out of Viridian Forest, we're going to call it for that. But we got another potion. We have one more trainer to take down. I was like, seriously? We're so close? So close? And yeah, I'll see you after this battle. I just ran from that battle because I didn't want to take the extra damage for this final battle, that I just wanted to finish it off. And yeah. Bug Catcher Sammy. He's got one like ridiculously overpowered Weevil. That's pretty much the battle. So this shouldn't be too bad. Oh, one thing to mention is on my way back here, and really we missed on our first attack. On the way back here, my Nightwing actually got poisoned, so I did have to use my antidote. So that's something that'll be a little bit different, I guess. Yeah, so that's pretty much that. We're back, and we are all good. It's good to be back. That can get pretty frustrating at times when the controller messes you up and you lose all your progress. I remember as a kid, like whenever I played games and my memory card got corrupted, or one of my brothers accidentally like deleted my file, I'd like throw a tantrum and like cry, and I'd be like, no, my file, I was so close. Oh, jeez, I should probably just stop there. But so yeah, this Weedle isn't too big of a deal. Nightwing and Leaf are both level 10. After this, Leaf is going to be level 11, which is good because I always like my starter to be ahead of everyone. My starter always just has a special spot in my heart, and it's cool. One thing I love about Pokemon is there's a strategy element to it. It's cool, and the Pokemon themselves are cool and like cute to look at, but when you're like going through all the gyms and going through the story, you actually do sort of develop a bond with your Pokemon as you level them up and you train them, and you don't want to like replace them with the Pokemon you just caught, even though it might be more powerful. It's really quite cool. And so, sadly, we did not catch a Pikachu. I'm sorry, Mr. Gentle Chew, I know you're watching. Oh, yes. Skinny trees can be cut down, yes. Evolution cancel technique sounds pretty complicated. Just hold B while they're evolving, and you can keep them from evolving. And, okay. So here we are at a new... Oh, wait, almost. Suspense is building. It's building, and we're at Pewter City! Yay, we're at Pewter City! Alright, so yeah, this is Pewter City. This is where the first gym that we will fight will be. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode. But until then, this has been Midnight Zero, and this mission is complete.